Hi everyone, my name is Andi Darell and I'm very excited to be a 2021 Urban Leadership Fellow here at the University of Toronto's School of Cities. I'm very interested in the intersection between public policy, political cycles, and progressive causes, right? From the environment for social equity and a lot of other movements that we currently see in our contemporary society. And what I want to really look into and understand is how governments of a variety of levels become either welcoming or averse to adopting these positive policies. And I think sort of the region that I'm very interested to look into is Southeast Asia, considering that that is also where I come from Indonesia, and I think it gives me two beneficial perspectives. Right, on the first hand, I'm able to understand the sort of on-the-ground take of political dynamics there, and as a student studying in North America, I think you could also have a foreign observer's perspective on it, which I think taken in unison would be an incredible learning experience for me to have here. Perhaps it's way back in high school when I got this calling to be more conscious of the social impact of initiatives that we did. In large part, it was this as well that contributed to U of T generously awarding me the Lester B. Pearson International Scholarship to actually study here. And I think once I got here, it was engaging with, speaking to, and getting involved with a lot of the organizations here on campus that are led by my peers who are, incredible activists in environmentalism, in social justice circles as well. And they've really opened my eyes to how there's still so much work to be done if we are to level up the lives and livelihoods of groups and societies all around the world. And hopefully, in that regard, I feel as though the facilitated platform that U of T has given me, I think I should really give back with trying to contribute to the discourse on the topic and hopefully be able to propose ideas, solutions to governments, institutions, stakeholders that we know are key actors in this system as it stands. My fellowship project with the School of Cities right now is titled The Disappearing Face of Compassion, Legacy of Forced Evictions Policy on Urban Riverbank Slums. So what I'm interested to look into is this unfortunate phenomenon I think that we've observed in Southeast Asia, where you have a lot of these riverbank slums in urban areas, and local leaders, whether they be mayors, governors, when they adopt a hardline policy on these slums, sort of have forced evictions on them, they actually become more electable, right? Their electability goes up without, considering as well that these policies are not actually partnered up with, considerations for affordable housing and temporary relocations, a lot of these things. I think it speaks to a very unfortunate trend in our society, and I think this is a political trend that we shouldn't have continue, and I want to really look into why that is the case. Why do they actually become more electable after these policies, and hopefully we as a society would be able to change that. It is perhaps the realization that we as a society are not as prepared as we ought to be for crises such as these, right? And it's definitely, I think, attributed to governments, local governments, and national ones as well, and perhaps also us individually, right, to make conscious choices. So what I would hope to be the legacy from this pandemic, right, post-pandemic, is that we as a society would be more willing to invest in preparatory work to face these crises if and when they come in the future, right? Health crises, the environmental and climate crisis as well, which unfortunately is definitely on the horizon. So I would hope this preventive measure would factor greatly into the future design of our policy and society. It's definitely been an incredible experience, right? One that is very enriching from both an academic and a collegial perspective as well, I think. So the mentorship that previous fellows have provided for us, the help and assistance, and generally inspiration from our peers and professors as well, I think have been an incredible learning experience. And the programs and projects that it facilitates has been very beneficial to help me understand exactly how to structure a project to become impactful to society. I would think that when it is safe to do so and when it is a reasonably wise thing to do, I think we should all travel, because traveling, in my experience and in conversations with friends as well, is incredibly important. It exposes us to experiences that otherwise we wouldn't have gotten. It definitely nurtures compassion, and it pushes us to want to contribute, right, to alleviating the struggles of groups and societies all around the world, and hopefully be able to make a positive change. And I think while we individually may not be able to do much, it inspires us to do so much more, and to meet people and to grow sort of movements that hopefully would be able to make that lasting positive impact. So I think all in all, it might make the world a better place.